Day.
Scott, I just took a peek in the green room, and we've got a lot of people here tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks in the green room. We're missing Jerry, though. I'm not sure where Jerry's at. We got everybody else, but we're missing Jerry. Big show for you tonight, coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Cars Studio 2.0. Ron Miller Race Cars Studio 2.0. It's Hammer Down Racing Report, presented by Oakshade Raceway, coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube as well. And, of course, you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform on demand, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. You can also check out HammerdownRacingReport.com if you didn't catch all that information. On the show tonight, we have a big show for you tonight featuring the Flat Rock Speedway champions for 2021.
All 30 of them.
All 30. We got 4 of them live, and we talked to Eric Lee last night, the late model champion. So we'll get to the Eric Lee interview. He's a pre-recorded. A little bit later on tonight. Also, your chance to win a Big D's pizza for tonight's How Many. We're going to talk about Chinese tires, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what that's all about, but
well, it could be a game changer. We'll find out.
Yeah. Show number 205. Oh, don't forget to vote for us daily. I forgot yesterday. I did not vote for us. Set a little reminder on your phone, and make sure to vote for us on Toledo City Paper's Best of Toledo. We are nominated for that. Once again, 3rd time we've been nominated. We haven't won yet, but we're one of the 6 finalists.
Let's correct that this year, folks.
So, yeah, just hit up our Facebook page, and then you can, we got a pinned post at the top there. Click on that. It'll take you right to the media page.
It's in the Toledo City Paper, but you don't need to live in Toledo. As a matter of fact, you don't need to live in the United States. We've got a lot of listeners in Australia. We've got a few in Canada. Vote for us, please.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. All you need is an email address, and you can opt out of anything that gets sent. So if you want to see how to do it, we'll walk you through it real quick here. How's that? Do we got time to do that?
Sure.
All right.
We've just got a half a dozen people in the green room.
I know. And it's not sharing. There we go. Okay. So here's all you need to do. If you go to, I'm kind of taking you the long way around here, because if you go to the Hammer Down Racing Report Facebook page,
it takes you straight there.
Pinned link takes you straight there. But in case you just happen to type in ToledoCityPaper.com, you can click on this little guy here.
Where it says Best of Toledo.
It takes you to this page here. And then you got to wait for the stuff to load. Click on the media. And then that's going to load all the media categories. And, of course, we need to nominate or recognize Ryan Weekman. Vote for him. Official Hammer Down Racing Report meteorologist. And apparently I haven't voted on this computer yet today because it's let me vote. And then there you go. Local podcasts. We're up against Girls Podcast. I have no idea what that is. We're probably the exact opposite of that. 419 Grind, kind of a more
Toledo
less specific deal. We got another sports one here, 50-yard line show, The Bright Spot. Not sure what that is, and no idea what Queen Sylvie show is. So hit that little vote button next to Hammer Down Racing Report, and boom, just like that, you're done.
You have voted.
I have voted.
And then tomorrow,
did any of that go?
Tomorrow, do it again.
Did that actually go? Could you see what I was doing? Okay. I think you could.
Yeah.
So there you go. Make sure to do that once a day until December 15th. You guys nominated us, so we're going to bug you to vote for us every day. Thanks to Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race every Saturday night, except for when it's not race season and it's going to snow. I think it is this weekend.
Yeah, well.
Make sure to follow them on social media or visit oakshaderaceway.com. The rewards banquet's coming up Saturday, December 4th. To get your tickets, $30. You got to get them by November 28th. Also, shout out to Big D's Pizza, Subs, Ribs, Chicken, and More in Clyde, Ohio. Give them a call. Order pizza right now, 419-547-1444. You can order online as well. Order BigD'sPizza.com. Big on taste, not on price. The November pizza of the month is jalapeno popper pizza.
Oh, buddy.
Say that 10 times fast.
Did you see the post that I put up on Facebook about special wipes?
Dude wipes?
Dude wipes?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. if you've got that,
It reminded me of Squatty Potty.
Yeah, the squat.
You know what that is?
Huh?
All right, that's the wrong show for that.
That's fine. yeah, but that dude wipes is a real thing. I checked it out, and if you've got flaming butt syndrome, that's supposed to help.
All right, maybe we can get them as a sponsor too.
Yeah.
We have
We've
waiting
got a few flaming assholes.
waiting in the wing. Wait, are you calling
that.
our guests that?
No, just a few others around here.
Dennis Whisman Jr., Greg Studt, Bobby Stewart, Kyle. I'm gonna get this right this time. Metdepenningen.
Good
Hopefully
boy.
I got there. I've been working on it. They're going to join us here momentarily. First, it is Veterans Day. I think this is the first time we've been on during Veterans Day. And I reached out to our pals over at Sandusky Speedway because I'm not saying that nobody else does a good job of recognizing veterans, but Chris Mize goes out of his way to do that, does a great job. So I figured, who better than to put together a little thing for veterans for us than Doug Dock and Chris Mize from Sandusky Speedway.
I got a preview of that, and I think he made it through the whole little deal without a cigarette, Scott.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to watch for that. We'll check that out. So here they are.
Hi, everybody. It's Doug Duck along with Chris Mize from Sandusky Speedway with a message to our veterans.
How y'all doing out there? Like guys, we start off every Facebook Live we do. We got 2 shows, and we thank the veterans and everybody along with it. Today's Veterans Day, and here at Sandusky Speedway, along with all the racers throughout the state that we know, wish you guys a happy Veterans Day. We realize that without your service and your dedication to this country, that we wouldn't be able to do shows like what we do and what Scott does. And we appreciate everything you've done for us and the atrocities you've seen to protect our freedoms, Doug. And there's not enough gratitude that we can give you guys, and not enough that we can show you, for our appreciation. But, thank you. And we really hope you have a great day today. I mean, without you guys, we don't get to come on and be goofs.
That's right.
And once again, from Sandusky Speedway and from all the racers around the state, I truly believe I can speak on behalf of every single racer and almost all our fans. We appreciate it. We hope you have a great day, and God bless all you veterans. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he was smoking there.
Yeah, he was.
At the beginning. Yeah.
I missed, well, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just listened.
Also, a shout out to Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, and Ron Miller Race Cars, additional sponsors of the show. Let's bring in our Flat Rock Speedway champions. I think this will be the first time we've had this many people all at once. So there's Greg, there's Kyle, there's Dennis, and Bobby's, I think, there somewhere.
Yeah, it's crowded now.
Yeah. Get a little crowd. And I got a message from Jerry, our other co-host. He should be joining us soon as well. Looks like Bobby may be muted there. There, I see him now. Unmute. Try to unmute yourself there, Bobby, and so we can hear you.
How about that?
There we go. Now we can hear you. All right.
Okay. All right. Let me get back here and get some light, man. I had to get some. I was having a hard time hearing you here. So let me see if I can get this thing going. I think I got it now.
All right. It's this technology
right.
stuff. It's race car guys. We're not good at technology.
All right.
First, I want to say congratulations to all you guys, track champions for the 2021 season. Some of you first-time champions. Some of you, you're familiar with this. I want to start out by asking Dennis, winner of the figure eights for the second consecutive year. Well, yeah, I guess it would be because you guys didn't race last year, did you?
Nope.
So 2019 and 2021 champion, correct?
Yes.
All right. First question for you. Any hard hits this season?
Not really. There was a lot of small bumping and banging, but there was really actually no big hits this season for me.
So how many times have you actually done the math and figured out how many times you crisscrossed through that intersection during an entire season?
An entire season? I know on a 20-lap figure eight, we go through there, 40 times? That would be the math, 40 times. But no, I have not done the math for an entire season.
40 times, how many nights you do it? How many in the heat race?
How many nights do you run?
There you go.
That is true. I have to look at the schedule. I think it. I'm not
All
sure.
right, we'll get back to you on that. We'll get back to you on that math question there. But needless to say, it's quite a few times, and to not get hit at the intersection, that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Yes.
But I expect you have a little bit of experience there and a little bit of leadership with your father as well.
Yeah, a lot of leadership with him, but yeah.
You like racing with your dad?
Yeah, I really did, but I'm kind of liking him by my side in the pits now. Giving me a lot more advice and a lot more leadership and everything.
I understand.
Has Senior retired?
Ish.
Retired-ish, yeah, from maybe Flat Rock and Toledo, but he's still doing his outlaw racing out of state and everything.
Okay, I was wondering there. Greg,
Yep.
you dabble in the figure eights as well, do you not?
Yeah, we ran 4 times this year with Dennis and the boys. Represented fairly well, but pretty much all street stock anymore.
Any hard hits in the figure eights for you?
No, I try to avoid those, especially now we're getting up there in age.
Greg Studt, of course, street stock champion for 2021. Why the focus on the street stock as opposed to figure eight?
Because you don't go through the intersection.
It's something different. We ran figure eight on and off for mostly on for 16 years or so. So this street stock was something different, and then we might transfer, start running a little bit more figure eight. We can get a little less street stock. Who knows? Racers have plans, but they change a lot.
You ever get the urge to crank the wheel a little bit more and take it through the intersection? Forget what you're doing, maybe?
No, because I know when I get to that straight away, I turn right, and it's not going to go well.
All right, and Bobby Stewart, this was your first season?
First season, yeah, first season ever.
In a race car.
First season ever in a race car.
All right.
And you're the street stock B main champion for 2021.
That's what they said. Yeah, I'm still I still don't believe it, but yeah, that's what they told me.
So what got you into racing at Flat Rock this year?
Well, I've always been a fan of racing, and I've been to Flat Rock, over the years a few times, and just finally got that. It was always my dream to be able to drive a race car, and definitely go down there and race at Flat Rock. It was just something I always wanted to do at Flat Rock, and I finally got to a point in my life where I was able to make that decision and financially be able to go down there and give it a try. And sure enough, I was able to get a car and had some really good people around me that knew what they were doing, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I went down there and raced that thing and wound up winning a dang championship.
Was it a Flat Rock car that you purchased?
Yeah, it was an old car that had run there, a few years ago. So I mean, it wasn't that great of a car.
Driver made the
run there
difference.
before. What's that?
I say the driver must have made the difference.
I don't know if it was the driver. I think it was the people I had around me. It's like I said, some really good people that were, good coaching me and told me how to help me set the thing up and give me a lot of tips on how to get around there, even including the drivers at Flat Rock. They were all great to me. I tell you, they all helped me out and give me a lot of pointers, and I just listened to them, which is uncommon for a man my age to listen to anybody.
Well, and Flat Rock's always been a driver's track, so having some help has to have been a big deal.
Oh, it was a big deal. I definitely wouldn't have won no championship without the people that I had surrounding me and helping me.
You want to give a shout out to any of those folks?
Oh, heck yeah. Brian Pelkey from Pelkey Racing. He was a coach. He coached me. He was there with me every race. He coached me. And then I had Jim Frawling. I had a lot of help from him. Grant Hedges, guy that helped me build the car. Kurt Ritchie. Those guys were actually was what made me successful down at Flat Rock.
There's some heavy hitters in that group.
Yes, yep. There were some really good guys there.
Now, Kyle, you got the Enduro Championship. You actually ended up in a tie, and with Nathan Spratberry. Nathan was unable to join us tonight, so you get to represent the Enduro champions, the Enduro part of the deal tonight. Your first title, how's it feel to earn a track championship at Flat Rock?
It's good. Really happy for just the season we had, and unfortunately we only got 3 races in instead of 4, but man, it just felt good to, put all that effort into having the car, make 250 laps each race and win one, come in second, and then had a little bit of an issue in that last race, which made it an exciting event for us. But, it just feels good to come out in front.
Now, did you finish all 3 races then?
I did. Yep. Like I said, I finished second to my brother in the first race. So that was really cool. And then won the second race. And then, like I said, the third race, the fuel cap was not on the fuel cell, and the seat wasn't right. And so it was leaking fuel. So I lost about 4 or 5 laps. So I had to come back out on the track and drive as hard as I could. I knew I had to finish up front because Nathan was running really well that day. So made it exciting for sure.
And what makes you want to do the Enduro class as opposed to running, one of the other regular weekly classes where you don't have to run 250 laps each time?
Biggest bang for its buck, to be honest. I mean, we get 250 laps for one race on one set of tires versus, the street stocks get 20 laps, for a set of tires, or on the best night they get 100 lap for the A main. So just biggest bang for the buck. And honestly too, it's where my family's at. We've been running in the series for, I think my dad started in 2001, after he got back into racing. And then, just, it's, something that we could afford to get 2 cars in with me and my brother running and having a ball in that series. And the racing's great. I mean, where else do you see 3-4 wide at Flat Rock? It's just a blast.
I was noticing that Bobby is the only one. He's kind of the odd man out. He's the only one that doesn't have a long family history of racing at the Rock.
No history at all there. Nope, I'm the lone ranger there.
Dennis, how long has your family been at Flat Rock? Do you know?
I do not know, but I know it went through my dad, my Uncle David, well, especially at Toledo with my Uncle David.
Right.
My Uncle John ran there a few times. It's been many years. I know that. Since my dad started racing.
And there's been
18 or 19 or 18, and he's 56 now, 57.
Wow. And I know there's been a Studt racing for quite some time as well.
Oh, yeah, all the way back to the mid-'60s. Primarily my dad. I had my uncle raced for a handful of years in the 80s. And then I have family on my mom's side that also raced. Dave Miller, Jeremy Miller, my uncle and cousins. So we've been a mainstay.
I think I remember hearing my dad talk about Bob Studt racing.
Yeah.
I remember watching him, too. I was like, man, this guy must be 100 if my dad used to watch him, and I'm watching him.
He'll be 74 next week.
How old was he when he retired?
I believe 51 or 52, right then.
So it's been a few years then since he's been in a race.
Oh, yeah, he's been out of it for a long time, and he has no desire to get back in the one.
Kyle, how about your family?
Well, my family comes from Mount Clemens area, so they got their teeth in Mount Clemens Speedway. So I got many uncles that have raced, and then obviously my father started racing when he was 16, and he didn't come to Flat Rock until Mount Clemens shut down in the mid '80s, and then took a time off, ran a lot of go-kart stuff, and then came back into Flat Rock, like I said, about early 2000s, and that's where we've been running ever since. That's where I've run my whole life. So
cool.
Yeah.
Dennis, back to you here. What any night stand out from this past season is the most memorable for you?
Opening night's always a good one to win. I've had 2-3 opening nights that I've won, and this year's opening night was probably the most memorable because we did a lot of work to the car and just like everything over the winter, putting everything together and hoping that your car's going to go out there and do good and everything. And that was a good night for us.
So that was your first of your 3 wins of the season?
Yeah. Yep, at Flat Rock, yes.
I guess starting off that way would be
Yeah,
pretty good.
kind of sets the tone for the season.
Greg, what about you? Most memorable night this past season?
Shoot. I don't know, Ron. When you started, when you got to about 20 years into your career, do you remember races you win, or do you remember more of the ones you should have won?
Yeah, well, man, what's this? The guests are interviewing the host. I understand. You know, there's a couple of firsts. You know, the company that I was working for had me over in the upstate New York area, and the first race I won in a big block modified. That one was important. The Barney Oldfield race at Oakshade, that was a big deal race. But any win is a big deal.
Yeah, but this season we didn't have any real big standout wins. We won 4 times. All were weekly shows. I think last time I was on here after the 2019 season, I said I wasn't going to run for points, and Ron called me out. He was right. Showed up opening night, won, and we were there every week. So
that the hook was set.
Typically happens that. Oh wait, Jerry's here. How long have you been there, Jerry?
Just a minute. I didn't want to come in and mess up the screens if I hit the wrong button. So.
No, you're all good. I noticed a little scroll bar here. I couldn't see in the green room, and I was like, wait a minute, somebody's down there. So, welcome, Jerry, our other co-host here to the show, coming in a little bit late. Where were we? Bobby.
Yeah.
What was your most memorable night this past season?
Oh man, I had a few of them. I can tell you that. But I think, well, of course, the last race of the season that was pretty special. You know, I really wanted to win the championship both that night, but I think I finished second. But that was pretty good memory. But I guess the one that really stands out the most for me is when I got slammed into the wall. It was a pretty hard hit, and I was kind of upset about it. And first time I've ever been hit the wall, and I got pushed up there, and that was pretty memorable. And I was able to just back up, and I just figured the way I hit, as hard as I hit that wall, I was all done. And I knew that I needed to stay in the race to stay in the points lead. And I just put the thing back in gear, and it took off, and I kept on racing. I think, as a matter of fact, I went around and passed a few cars and didn't know how bad the car was till I got it back home, really, and looked at it. I had the whole front end was messed up, the arm was all bent, and I said, man, that was a pretty lucky night. So,
tell us about opening night jitters.
I was going to ask that too.
First night in a race car.
Were you nervous?
Oh heck yeah, man! I went out that gate. I thought I was going. I know Greg and those guys know. It's tight up there when you go out there and get on the track, and I thought, man, I know I'm probably going to scrape the wall before I even get on the track, And I got out there and got lined up, and I think I was probably third row back, and I said, man, I'm not real sure what to do. So I just rode around there and listened to the guy on the earpiece, and he said green flag, 1 lap. I was nervous as you could be, man. That thing, he's green, and I said, man, I think they all passed. I said, man, I think I got to get going, So it was pretty funny. If you could have seen me inside the car, I was like, man, this is pretty crazy. But I tell you, my hat's off to all those guys, man. The Greg Stutts and the Whismans and Pettigrew, man. You guys, man, they're good drivers. Those guys we're talking to in this group here, them guys can. My hat's off to them. They know how to get around Flat Rock.
So I guess you could say that it's different sitting in the grandstands and sitting in a race car.
Oh yeah.
Anybody can do it, can't they?
Yeah. Let me tell you what. That's a big shocker. Them guys that think you can sit up in the grandstands. Oh man, that ain't nothing. I could go do that. Let me tell you something. Get on down there and strap yourself in there and go out there and them other cars around you, man. It's a whole different set of racing from the grandstands. I can tell you that.
It's all easy from 7 rows up.
Yeah.
Kyle, your most memorable race, I'm assuming, other than the gas cap issue, was your win.
Yeah, I mean, finishing second to my brother, like within half a lap was pretty cool. But yeah, that win, that was awesome because I caught the leader at about 50 to go, and
do they tell you? They tell you how many laps are left to go? I mean, do you know where you're at?
You just got the scoreboard.
Oh, that's right. You guys got a scoreboard there.
Yeah, we're fancy. Yeah. So, once I 50 laps to go, like I said, I caught the 20 car, which was Tadek's new chick, and once I caught him and just kind of rode behind, and every time he let the bottom open, I kind of try to sneak under, and we ran for about 30 laps side by side, and we never touched each other, and the tires were hot, and the night was hot, and the car's sliding, but we never touched each other. And I mean, to have that good of racing on hot tires at that point of the race when you're just tired, that was a lot of fun. And all respect to those guys over there too.
And Toddick's got a lot of experience there too.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is, I've been racing, I raced starting go-karts and then went right to the Enduro series, and I've been doing that since 2012, and just, it felt good. I'm getting to a point where I'm, a veteran or whatever, but still young, and it felt good to beat someone that has that much racing experience.
I understand.
All right, next question for all you guys, and we'll start off with you, Dennis. What are your plans for next season?
Be faster and win more races. That's it.
So you're gonna going for another. How many championships do you have total now?
2. This is
just a 2. Okay, so you're going for your 3rd then.
Yep,
for a 3-peat.
Okay.
Hopefully.
No desire to play in the street stocks with Greg more often, or?
Well, Greg did let me get the first feel of a good street stock here this season. He let me ran his other car just for practice. I kind of like that, but I don't know. Probably just going to stick to figure 8 for right now.
Okay.
Family tradition.
Motor City Madmen. Greg, what's your plans for next year?
Well, I was thinking about trying to go back to figure 8 and steal a few wins from Dennis next year. But as of right now, like I said last time, we're not planning on running for points. Built a new street stock, the one Dennis was referring to. So we're going to run that a little bit more. It's something totally different. So something different. My dad's 74, and he still likes to try stuff and try to create new ways to go fast. So we're going to try that in the street stock, and I plan on running a little more figure 8 next year.
Okay, but still going for the points then, even though a couple of years. Yeah,
I'm not going to say yes or no. But
if I went off,
see how the first few nights go. Yeah,
everybody on this screen probably knows the answer to that.
Bobby, what's in the cards for you next year?
Oh man, I'll go back and do it again. My goal is to go back and not do as much points racing. I mean, if I do happen to, get in the points lead, and I just want to go back there and race and get more experience. And my goal is to get some wins. I really didn't. I got a few heat races, but I never got a real win. So I think I gave up 3 or 4 with stupid mistakes I made. Like spinning myself out, leading like 4 or 5 car lengths, and trying to pass on the bottom, and I should have passed on the top. So I made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot. So my goal is to go back and race again and try and get some wins, and get to that victory lane. I want to taste that first victory.
You got the racing bug. It's definitely
yeah. I mean, I love it. I mean, and they're a great group of guys to race with out there, and I really enjoy it.
All right, Kyle, what do you got on tap for next year?
Well, I got my first kid due in about 2 weeks, so kind of up in the air. I don't know. Hoping to race as much as I can. Probably do the enduros again, but I really am not sure what it kind of looks like next summer. I'll probably focus a lot more on the YouTube stuff that we started this year with our racing and all that. So I don't know. A lot up in the air, but probably will do the enduros again.
Okay, cool.
You see Jerry's eyes light up when he said iRacing?
Well, it's not just the enduros. I'm excited about enduros because I have the opportunity to participate one down in Shady Bowl next year, and we got a couple big ones coming up down there too. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying that out.
All right, next question. This is for all you guys as well. We asked Eric Lee this, and I'm not going to give away his answer until later in the show. But we put all you guys, all you champions, on equally prepared tricycles, 1 lap around Flat Rock Speedway. Who's going to win?
Dennis.
I'll go first. It's not going to be me because I'm not making a lap. I'm going to go to the stands and grab a beer and watch it.
That's probably the smart answer.
That's why I think Dennis is going to win. He's probably the youngest and most in shape out of all of us.
I go with that.
He's just in agreement. What about you?
What if we cut it to a half lap?
I'm still out.
What do you say,
How about-
Bobby?
I don't know. I'll probably be
Great.
pretty strong. Be pretty strong for a half lap. I don't know if I can make a full lap. I give her heck for that half a lap now.
How about figure 8 tricycles?
There we go.
See,
Dennis
I
has
can
that
angle
one, then.
somebody's shin on that one, so I can make up a half a lap there.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2 in a figure 8 race. I did the chain car figure 8 races, so I don't know. I might be pretty racy in there.
Any chance that you might do a regular figure 8, Kyle?
No.
Oh,
Maybe. I mean, I think it'd be a blast. I think my brother race could be a great figure 8 race car driver. He drives sideways more he drives straight, and I love watching those guys come off that corner.
maybe you should try dirt racing.
Oh, we want him to. I think that's the plan with Wild Man Arnold Kirsch next year. So we'll see. It could be in the works, but
This guy likes to take the asphalt guys, and convert them to dirt guys.
I had some in-depth conversations, I think just yesterday, with Arnold.
oh yes, he's excited. We did one dirt race this last year with a car that I built, and my uncle put it in the wall, and he came off the track and he said, "Well, racing, asphalt's for racing, dirt's for potatoes." So
I thought asphalt was for getting there and dirt's for
Yeah.
racing, but
I've heard that one too.
then us dirt guys go and try and race on asphalt, and this guy crashes into a tree.
Not me.
I was glad the tree stopped me.
I'm gonna have to keep bringing that up,
Yeah.
every show now. It's been every week we've been doing that. But Bobby, you already talked about people that helped you out. Let's give everybody else a chance. Dennis, any sponsors or anybody you want to thank for helping you out this year?
Yeah, we got a couple people that helped us out. Road Truck and Trailer, Diamondback Building. We got Mark's Toy Box, Affordable Trans, Photos by Kuos, Elite Property and Construction, Rebel Racing, Graphic Cups and Tees. And everyone that came down to the track, especially my dad. We got a couple people that come down there and help us every week. And everyone pretty much had a hand on the car and was doing something. So.
All right, Greg.
Yeah, we have sponsor-wise Apollo Brooch Tool and Die. It's Kenny Ogren and Sherry Ogren, former racers. They've been with us almost 10 years now, so they've been a big part of our program. Carl's Furniture has been with us for 2 or 3 years, along with Budget Tire. And then as far as work on the car, me and my dad, Monday through Friday, do all the work on it. And then Jimmy Clark and then my son come down in the pits and help us out on Saturday nights. And about it. I did want to say, while I got the mic here, give a shout out to my mom who's watching in Texas. I told her I'd say hi to her. So you gotta get that in there.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Howdy, y'all. Wait, no, is that Texas or is that Kentucky? I don't
Well,
know.
she just moved to Texas, so I don't think
okay.
that's the accent yet. But
Kyle, what about you? Any sponsors? Anyone you want to thank for helping you out this year?
Yeah, Kensler Racing helped us out, gave us some money for some tires. That was really great. Cousin also helped us out. And then my brother, his company, J&R Transport, paid for racing fuel a lot of times this year. But ultimately, I just got to thank my dad and my brother, my Uncle Chris, for doing a lot. I live 2 hours from home, 2 hours from the race car, so I would come home Thursday before a race and do all the work, do all the setup stuff. But they did a lot more work than I was able to do. So huge thanks to those guys for making sure that the car got on the track. And Dad probably being the biggest sponsor we have, so that's for sure.
Cool, Bobby. Anybody you forgot earlier?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Environmentals, they're a big sponsor of mine. And like I say, Pelkey Racing, Motor City Solutions, they give me a little help every once in a while. And I think that's about it.
Very good.
And Ron was saying something about your bowling against Dennis's team
yeah.
coming up here.
Yep. Next
Yeah.
next Tuesday.
Who's going to win that?
The entire Rebel Racing clan there. Dennis Senior, Jeremy. They're in deep shit Saturday or next Tuesday.
Yeah, I
Wow.
gotta say thank you too to all the sponsors of each series at Flat Rock. I know the Vault sponsors the factory stock and the enduros, and they do an excellent job for us. And I believe it's DTS for the street stocks.
Yep.
I mean, they're those sponsors are huge for our track. I don't know who does the figure eights though. You know, Dennis.
Victory Lane Quick Oil Change, I believe it is.
There you go.
Sounds familiar. Cool. Well, we appreciate everybody for coming on tonight, and we wish you best of luck next season.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Like to talk to you like to see you guys
Yeah.
all back here next year about the same time.
We'll
Okay.
give it our best. Thank you.
Sounds good.
I know how to work the computer now.
All right.
Dennis, I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Thanks.
All right.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Right.
Yep. Bye.
There you go, our 2021 Flat Rock Speedway champions. And we still have Eric Lee, the Outlaw late model champion, that we actually spoke to last night because he couldn't make it tonight. We'll be playing that back here in just a little bit. So hang tight for that. We got a little bit of racing roundup from last weekend. And before we get to that, I want to mention that a little teaser. We're allowed to tease something. The guys, Chris Mize and I don't know if you caught Chris Mize and Doug Dock with their salute to the veterans earlier in the
No,
show.
I missed it.
You'll have to go back and watch after the
I
show's
absolutely
over.
will.
But
Something
they
on my
have
mustache. This is not good.
Yeah.
Something I'm going to have to. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they finally got Kevin's blessing to do what
do
they've
what they're
been
doing?
wanting to do for a while.
Oh, I didn't realize that was part of the deal. I just know what's happening.
Yeah. It was a bit of a hard sell. I understand, and
Keep your weekends open in early April, and something cool is going to be happening there. Something expanding upon what happened a few weeks ago with the cavalcade, the rescheduled cavalcade with the Fremont Dirt Trucks and the Oakshade Bombers. They may or may not be coming back, and there may or may not be some other stuff happening.
2 or 3 non-typical asphalt disciplines have been discussed, but not etched in stone. Is that a tease enough?
I guess so. I really want to. Come on, Chris. I want to tell. Remember the Dirty 30 from we were going to do a couple years ago?
That would be fun.
Okay,
I wish they'd.
That's your hint.
I wish they'd think about that.
That's all. That's it. Okay. Now moving on. Jerry, you got the racing roundup from last weekend. Did you get my prep?
Yes.
No? Yes?
Sandusky
Okay.
Speedway was in action. Dylan Napier picking up the inaugural Renegades Nationals in the $1,500 to win victory. That's your racing roundup.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And that wraps up the season for pretty much all the tracks around here.
Yeah.
All our local stuff, yeah.
Jerry's used to a little more airtime than that.
Well, you can do the other the 2 other things from the World Finals.
Okay, yeah. You want to do it now, or you want to wait?
Yeah, go ahead. Why not? Let's do that right now.
Right at. World of Outlaws NASA Energy Drink Sprint Cars were in action Friday at the dirt track at Charlotte. Friday night, David Gravel picked up the win. It was his 69th career World of Outlaws win. Brett Marks won Saturday at the World Finals. Brad Sweet wrapped up his 3rd consecutive World of Outlaws NASA Energy Drink Sprint Car Championship. Next up for the World Outlaws Sprint Cars, the season opener at Volusia Speedway Park, the Dirt Car Nationals, February 10th through the 12th. In World of Outlaws Morton Buildings late models, it was Jonathan Davenport picking up Friday's victory at the dirt track at Charlotte. Davenport also picked up Saturday's win as well. Brandon Shepard won his 3rd straight championship and his 4th overall in the World of Outlaws and Morton Buildings late models. They'll start off the season at Volusia Speedway Park in the Sunshine Nationals, January 20th through 22nd. NASCAR was Chandler Smith picking up the win. Ben Rhodes was crowned champion. Daniel Hemrick won at Phoenix in the Xfinity Series and was also crowned champion. And that kid we've talked about once or twice before on the show, Larson. Yeah, Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Picked up the victory and was crowned the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
I read something just
That'll
before
do
we
it for this week's racing roundup.
read something about him just before we came on, where he's got an offer for a Formula One deal
Yes,
at Dubai. So
that would
I
be
think-
amazing.
IndyCar, I think, is all that's left, right? Is there anything else? Trans Am, maybe? I don't know.
Just a bit. Once he wins a couple of those wherever, I'm ready to see all the detractors hush their mouth. The only detraction I will ever say about Kyle Larson, I don't care what anybody says, I don't care who they are, he did not sweep the 4 Crown.
Okay.
He won 3.
Okay.
There's only one man to sweep the 4 Crown. And that's Jack Hewitt.
Yeah, that's your buddy.
Oh.
Okay. Before we get to our racing news and how many coming up here in a little bit, make sure to contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs. Action Shots, Victory Lane, they have them all. They also do special photo shoots. You want to do a shoot in the snow? You want to do a shoot at Sandusky Speedway on New Year's Day? I don't know if he'll do it, but you can call up Charlie. He might be there. 419-476-9978. And if you want a cool custom gift to give to the racer or race fan in your family, they do custom calendars, can koozies. They got all kinds of custom.
I ordered my calendar this week, finally.
Did you? I got to get on that.
Finally got old Charlie, got our stuff. So,
also got to thank Dipman Motorsports for performance parts, custom bodies, fabrication, racing fuels. Hoosier tires. He still has them. I just got some from him.
Really?
Before he run out, yeah. He's got much, much more. 419-283-8580. Tell him the Hammer Down Racing Report sent you when you call him. Once again, that's Craig. 419-283-8580. Current Flat Rock and Toledo Speedway driver Ron Allen and former competitor Billy Simmons were both inducted into the Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame on Sunday afternoon at the annual awards ceremony in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
And they're
do you
both,
know them?
Yeah, I do.
I figured you would.
They're both well-deserving.
Okay. Have you been inducted into that?
No.
I think they're missing the mark of that.
They'll have to catch up.
We mentioned earlier, Jerry mentioned earlier that our Camping World Truck Series champion, Ben Rhodes, earned that championship on, what was that, Saturday truck race?
Yes.
Yes.
At Phoenix, and apparently he got a little inebriated, I guess, before the post-race press conference. And here's a little clip of his. Actually, this is the beginning of it, and yeah, it's entertaining to say the least.
Yeah, I'm more zen now, thanks to my good friend Bud. Let me say something here. Libations are good. Championship's awesome. And this is going to be the weirdest press conference ever. You know what? Here's what I got to say. What was the question? So, okay, wait a minute. I know what the question was. It was, how did I get to... Okay, so here's how this happened. My crew chief gave me this adjustment with some lower air pressures because I said, hey, this isn't going to happen. I can't win the race the way this is. They're beating me on the restarts. He pumped me up, didn't work out the second stage, took me back down. So I watched Zane Smith and all these people drive away from me. I'm freaking out on the inside because we had radio issues and I couldn't talk to them. So I'm like really angry. I was pissed. And let me say something. I got the mic so I can say it anyways. So I was pissed. And here's how this went down. I said, Zane Smith, this is checkers or wreckers. I'm going to blow the motor trying to catch you. Boom, boom, boom. And I made it up to him because he had some lap traffic, and then everybody. I thought I didn't have any tire left because I was sideways after every corner, and then wow, the mic got loud real fast. I was sideways after every corner, and you know what? I had some tire left. Those other people started slowing down. I said, "Wow, this is crazy." So I passed him. Sheldon Creed tried to get all funky with me. And I said, ain't happening, Mama Jamma. Bye-bye. Went around the outside in the resin, and I said, goodbye. And then I thought I could maybe catch a 52 if we had more laps, but I wasn't worried about it. Third place is cool with me because I had the championship. And, wow, I talked really fast there. And I said, you know what? Championship's cool. Hope I answered that question. I'm pretty zen. Thanks, my good friend Bud.
Thoughts and prayers to our transcriptionist for this one. We'll go to Bob.
My wife looks really embarrassed. Are you embarrassed? We're champions. Yeah.
Yep. So there you have it, your 2021 Craftsman, or I'm sorry, Camping World Truck Series champion.
And bravo to him.
Yeah.
Forget
He
the
earned it.
politics of it. Have fun and celebrate that championship.
I-96 in Lake Odessa, Michigan announced that they will run UMP late models every week. They're paying $2,000 to win and $300 to start for that.
IMCA modifieds.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
I remember riding with Kenny Schrader. He was going to be running Limaland. It was a Friday night, and he's like, anywhere else run modifieds? Because he had his modified. I was like, I think I-96 does. And he's like, yeah, they're IMCA. I'm like, oh well.
Scott, looking at the comments, Arnold Kirsch, one of our regular racers, and he was mentioned a little bit with our champions. According to what Arnold had to say, Hoosier Tire said in the Michigan MSPA meeting that the tire shortage will continue into 2022. They've hired about 100 employees, but only about 4 stayed.
Wow.
And now there's something going on in Australia. Was it you that I saw that shared that? Where
Yes,
I saw
sir.
This? Was it Dirt X tires? or
Dirt
something?
X tires. It's a very Hoosier-like looking tire that they have introduced in Australia, and I understand there's some plans to market them here in the States. Dirt X Industries is on the side of the tire, and they've got late model tires, something similar to our street stocks. They've got sprint car front tires right now, and they are about to introduce sprint car right rears. It's Dirt, DIRT X Industries. If
Their website's dirtxind.com.
Yep, .com. And
So are we going to see those here in the States, do you think? Or what's and do you think sanctioning bodies would allow for them? Because I know they're very protective about which tires are allowed to be run.
Dirt Car UMP right now has an agreement with Hoosier Tire.
Mm-hmm.
But my point with what Arnold Kirsch had to say is that the tire shortage is going to continue into 2022. Hoosier Tire is having employee problems, and I understand that there are some material problems too. If they can't supply tires, who will? Oh, wait, there's this Chinese company.
Well, then there's that. It's Chinese. I mean, what's the quality?
Oh, exactly.
I'm not saying everything from China is bad, but
Triple X chassis. I mean, that was the whole
that's something
scare
that
with them when they came in. Yeah, and they turned out to be awesome. I mean, a lot of guys run them.
They were a joke, and there's a lot of front-running sprint car guys that are using Triple X chassis.
Yep.
So let me ask you straight out.
Because they're competitive, and from a financial standpoint, it makes sense.
Let me ask you straight out, Ron. Are we going to see these tires in the U.S. next year? What's your prediction?
I have not gotten a reply back. I reached out to one of my friends over there. He's marketing them in Australia. I don't know how the whole thing's going to shake out. If the tire shortage is real, and if they can get them into the country on a container, yeah, I think we'll see them.
Now, do you think they'll be priced competitively with Hoosier? Are they going to cost more because of the expensive?
Again, Jerry talked about Triple X chassis. They are certainly the best priced sprint car chassis out there. I have to believe that the Dirt X tires would be the best priced race car tires.
Do they make any asphalt tires? Do you know, or is it just dirt?
With a name like Dirt X.
Well, you know,
okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they'll have Ass X tires. I don't know.
Yeah. Our friend Warren Bishop. Warren has raced at Oakshade. Was around with some of the Summer Nationals. He's done some testing on the West Coast, and straight out of the box, he put them on his car, and he said they were about a half a second slower. But he played around with them a little bit, and from what I understand, they were right in the ballpark.
All right. Well, something to keep an eye on.
I don't know if they would be half price. I do know that Hoosier has said that there will be some significant price increases come the first of the year. Scott, I wouldn't be surprised to see late model tires over $200.
Wow.
Maybe significantly over $200 by spring.
Speaking of our Sandusky Speedway tease about that event next year, Chris Mize put this out there. So I guess that's out of the box. It is a UMP sanctioned special race.
Really?
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
So UMP has scheduled a sanctioned race at the very beginning of next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I wonder what it could be. Brandon Overton. Did you guys hear about this? He made his sprint car debut this past weekend.
How'd that go?
Not real well, apparently.
As well as can be expected.
Yeah, the deal developed over a few beers Wednesday night at the track campgrounds. Overton finished dead last in the C main. Nearly backed Jason Side's spare machine into the turn one fence. He really wanted to go somewhere and get some practice, but I guess Jason Sides told him he was going to race it Friday night, and apparently that's what happened.
So I guess proving that he is Brandon Overton, not
late model driver, is
not Kyle Larson.
Can't just jump into a sprint car. Apparently, yes, he's open to continuing to dabble in that, perhaps growing in the sprint car world.
Well, remember, Kyle Larson didn't just jump in the late model and win. He went and practiced. There was video of him practicing that earlier that week.
Yeah.
So maybe if we gave
what did he do against all the late model regulars his very first race? He didn't win.
But he finished second.
Yes, he did.
Second's the first loser.
Yeah, you tell Kyle Larson he's a loser.
GLSS, the Great Lakes Super Sprints, is following the lead of the American Sprint Car Series and will allow aluminum block motors next season. Those choosing to run aluminum block motors must add 50 pounds ballast.
That's a lot of weight on a sprint car.
I think that.
But that is the weight difference between a steel block and an aluminum block.
Oh, speaking of late model guy in a sprint car, Devin Moran, about a month ago now, tested. He wasn't in an actual race, though. I mean, Devin was actually in a practice session. He didn't
get thrown to the wolves. He got to practice a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Was it at Muskingum County Speedway?
I do believe so, yes. NASCAR announced on Tuesday that the first ever Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum in L.A. will be a 2-day event that consists of practice, heat races, and a last chance qualifier, setting the stage for a 150-lap main event on
I'm kind of excited
February
about
6th.
this.
I am, but I have like a whole paragraph. I'm not going to read it all, but this whole paragraph here is the format of what how it's going to go.
Because they have to explain to people who don't know anything about heat races and transferring and doing. Yeah, you got to explain it to asphalt people.
Very NASCAR-ish.
Very short track kind of deal. 40 entrants, 23 will make the final show. They're going to do qualifying. They're going to have heat races. They're going to have. I saw that.
Ooh,
Chris, we'll talk.
What you doing New Year's Day, Jerry?
I guess I'm going to Sandusky.
I'm busy beating this guy. I'm going to try and beat you.
Yeah.
All right. That's
What's
fine.
the plan?
I'll stay warm up in the tower. You guys can go out there and freeze your ass off. I'm good with that.
You can if you can search for the. We're not going to go through the whole paragraph here and all the deal. It's kind of like a Saturday night track where you transfer in through heat races, your last chance races, and that 150 main event will happen at 8 p.m. on FS1 on February 6th. So something to look forward to, or not. It could be a total disaster. You don't know. It's a brand new purpose-built track just for this in a football stadium.
I
it's cool.
I like watching Bowman Gray. When I do watch every now and then, I'll catch a race from there. So,
I'm just wondering, have you seen anything or heard anything about what the track layout is? It going to be exactly like Bowman Gray, where there's like virtually no banking at all?
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to have a little bit.
Yeah, so that might make it a little bit different then, but yeah.
I think they've got to have enough that if it rains, it runs to the bottom.
If it rains, they still race. Or the Fremont trucks and the bombers will show up and race. Or replace the Busch Clash. World of Outlaw Late Models announced their 2022 race schedule. Starting from January to November, 16 states, 12 new tracks. Atomic is back on the schedule for the first time since 2018. That'll be the weekend of April 22nd and 23rd. Sharon Speedway also on there, August 20th. And finally, the last bit of news I have is, again, there's rumblings of Dodge coming back to NASCAR. I think it's NASCAR kind of making these rumblings and trying to entice Dodge to come back. It would be cool to see Dodge come back, but
or Honda.
I'd like to see Honda get involved too, especially now that I'm working at a Honda dealership. But I right now, with the state of new cars and lack of availability, I just don't think manufacturers have the money to make any kind of big jumps like that right now. And if they do, get more power to them.
All right. Should we do our Eric Lee interview here before we get to how many and a chance to win Big D's Pizza? Or should we do the Big D's Pizza, how many?
So I got one more little piece of news here. Real quick.
Go ahead.
The Dayton Auto Race Fans Banquet of Champions is being held this year at a new facility. Has been held down at Celebrations for the last several years now. It's going to be at the Duke Lundgaard Building at the Miami County Fairgrounds on the first Saturday in December, Saturday, December 4th. Chance to celebrate champions from tracks all over and a few other special awards. And that will all happen again on December 4th. Tickets are available. They need you to RSVP no later than November 19th. So if you head over to, I believe it's darfnews.com or look up Dayton Auto Race Fans on Facebook, they can get you all set up.
All right, we're going to check out the our Eric Lee interview first because we're going to have to spin the Big D's Pizza wheel. Because, Dean threw in that extra pizza for those that choose the champion. And who knew? A few people chose Kyle Larson as the champion. So we're going to have to spin the Big D's Pizza wheel for that. So I got to put those names in the pizza wheel. So in the meantime, here's Eric Lee, your Outlaw Super Late Model champion at Flat Rock Speedway, his 5th championship. And we had a little bit of audio issues when we were recording this last night, but it's starting off talking about that 5th championship.
Number 5 is it's a good accomplishment. You know, I didn't race Flat Rock in quite a few years, so getting didn't really know if I was ever going to get that 5th, but it feels good to get it.
What have you been up to then?
We've been doing a little bit more around. We have a couple of Jegs cars that raced in the last couple of years, and so traveling around a few other tracks and series around a little bit, and we were running the Super Outlaw at some of the other Dewasso, Bearfield, traveling around a little bit the last few years.
Eric, some of our listeners not be familiar with the Jag series. Fill them in a little bit about what.
Yeah, the Jag series is a CRA series. It's a template body car. It's a spec motor, which is a sealed motor, so everyone has pretty much the same horsepower out there. And we're limited to how much we can turn. There's a limit on the RPM and the motor, so really, really close racing. I think these motors, they make like 400, just over 400 horse. You know, so it's not a ton of horsepower, but it's really competitive series, and it keeps the racing really close and tight.
That would be the 604 crate motor?
Yep, 604 crate motors.
Steel block, aluminum heads.
Yep. Yeah, still got a 4-barrel carburetor. Most of the tracks you run, it's still plenty of power. But, they just don't have the top end of the pole like the like the super motors or the outlaw motors.
Did you have any success in that series?
Yeah, we won. We did win. We won a race at Auto City, and then we had ran pretty competitive pretty much everywhere we went. It was, it was fun. It's to me, it was just a little bit too much work. It seems like the CRA races, I don't know what it is, but it seems like you're busy like all day long, either going to tech, coming out of tech, and then you race. And with the Jag series, it just seemed like, I don't know if it's because it's a younger group or more rookies, but a lot of cautions, a lot of tore up race cars, and it just wasn't had some success, but also had a lot of headache with it also.
Now, is Terry Cook at all involved with that program?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, I know Terry works with them. Just wondering.
Yeah.
So
I remember my dad racing with them at Flat Rock.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's I feel old now.
Power 98 car.
Yeah, it's I remember that black 98.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I raced with Terry's dad, so we really go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the CRA series.
Well, tell us about the car that you race at Flat Rock.
Yeah, our outlaw car that we race at Flat Rock. It's the Seneca chassis. Pretty much everyone these days are running Seneca chassis. It's got pretty much you can run anything you want for motor. So it's a 360 cubic inch motor, and you don't really need a ton of power at Flat Rock. You like to turn a lot of RPM just to kind of keep the torque a little bit flatter, but you don't need a ton of power. So we actually run a restrictor plate there to kind of kill some of the power.
Sure. I remember back in the day, Royce Cornett and even Harold Cook running 6-cylinder engines.
Yeah. There's one guy, Craig Everidge. When he comes, he's got a 6-cylinder. He runs really good with it. So yeah, you get the less power and better. It's lighter weight. So 6-cylinder is really a pretty good advantage at that track.
So what brought you back to Flat Rock after running with the Jeg series?
It's just we decided we kind of wanted to stick closer to home, race more, at a local track, just try to have some fun. And we really didn't have too high of expectations this year. Started off and we went in with it. We were just going to kind of see how we did, and the beginning of the season turned out pretty good. We had some good runs, and the car was fast and it's really competitive, and so we just stuck with it. Things were going our way. We're having good finishes and having fun at it. So it turned out to be a good season for us.
And that's
You mentioned your father Steve, and like I said, I remember watching him race all the time and
absolutely
kicking some butt. How instrumental was he in getting you into being a champion, 5-time champion at Flat Rock?
Yeah, he taught me a ton over the years, and really, without his dedication and what he does for us in our racing program, it wouldn't be possible. He puts his heart and soul into it, and without him, none of this would really be possible. But he's been a good mentor for me, and he always gives me good advice. He works hard, and he makes sure that we're prepared every week, and we got everything we need to go racing.
Do you always listen to the advice your dad gives you?
Yeah, we've had. I think now that the older I'm getting, the more I listen. When I was younger, we used to go back and forth, arguing about setups or this or that. But I think the older I'm getting, the wiser I'm getting, and he was I think he was right in most of those situations. Now looking back at it,
So what were there any real memorable moments of this past season that stick out in your head?
Well, we did get one win. That was nice. To get into victory lane. It's so tough at Flat Rock. The competition is really, really tough. There's,
Absolutely.
6 or 7, 8 cars. I think they had 8 or 8 or 9 different winners or something this year. But getting that win this year was nice. Getting back in victory lane. It's tough to win a wet race these days. You got to have luck, a fast car, and things just to happen right during the race and get you in right position. So yeah, that was probably
good starting positions help too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a lot of where you start. There's not many people that can drive through the field in a 50 lap race these days. It's possible, but it's pretty tough these days.
So what are the plans for next year?
We're probably going to continue racing Flat Rock. We haven't really set our schedule in stone yet. We got a few options, but I'd like to go back to Flat Rock and hopefully compete for another championship.
Any of the JEG CRA races?
Yeah, we were. We'll definitely bring it back out for the Flat Rock race there, and possibly if the schedule lines up good. I know Birch Run's going to have a few races with the JEG cars next year, so that's a nice track. I always enjoy going to Birch Run, and then we'll have to see if there's any tracks not too far that we could hit that don't interfere with the Flat Rock schedule.
Okay. One last question for you here, all our track champions, and this is for you and all the Flat Rock track champions. If we pit, how many are there? You got, as we put you all together on equally prepared tricycles, one lap around Flat Rock, who's going to win that race?
Probably definitely not me. I'm too old and slow for that. But I don't know. I would say probably Kyle, whoever's got the youngest legs, is going to win that one.
All right. Actually, I got a question for Ron that pertains to you. Ron's got a Outlaw dirt late model with a big, huge sideboard on it. Do you think you could beat his Outlaw late model on asphalt?
As long as I got to keep the board, sure.
What do you think about that, Eric?
Yeah, that would be it'd probably be a pretty good race.
Those boards are
I'd like to.
Those boards are fun.
I'd like to put a board on my Outlaw car sometime and take it for a ride.
So what happens if he had a board on his car too? Would you're not so sure now?
Well,
huh?
I don't know now. Yeah.
Okay. Any sponsors you want to thank that helped you out this season?
And we're always looking for new sponsors. If anyone would like to join us next year, we're always looking for partners. But especially Lee Motorsports, Buy, Sell, and Trade, our car business, and Action Drywall is our two main sponsors and supporters.
All right. Well, good luck next season, and thanks for the time.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck, Eric.
I appreciate it.
There you go, Eric Lee. We had some audio issues on that. A little bit of, I don't know if the file got corrupted or what, but there was a lot of stuttering, and it was weird. It's very strange. But appreciate
fun of digital audio.
Yeah, appreciate the time that Eric gave us there, and good luck to him. And thanks to the rest of our Flat Rock champions for joining us tonight. It seems like
we forgot to tell them that after they've been on the show, they're expected to win their next race.
Yeah, they're probably not going to remember that, though, because it's going to be a while. Unless any of them show up for the hangover.
Yeah.
Then you guys are both in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we would be on the last show, though.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Uh-huh. So last week's How Many was how many laps will the NASCAR Cup champion lead at Phoenix on Sunday? And then Dean threw in the bonus of you pick the winner, you get a pizza for that, too. So there was only 4 to choose from, so it wasn't too hard. And the correct number of laps led was 107, which was done by Kyle Larson. And you weren't with us last week, so you didn't get a vote. Sorry, Jerry. But I ended up beating Ron here. I chose 206, so I was close as Ron picked higher. So
Ron picked lower.
Ron picked higher.
Ron picked 0.
Ron did not pick 0. Oh, no, you did pick 0. You're right. You did. You're right. And I was closer because
Why
206
would you
is closer.
question me?
You're right, because usually it's the other way.
Scott.
I put that together Monday. Didn't remember.
Yeah.
But
You
you're
guys
right.
are
You
like
did, you did
a old
zero.
married couple.
Yeah,
So-
we've been doing this a long time.
Our online 205 times, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Our online championship winners. Well, actually, we'll do the laps first. Andy Williams, he got himself a Big D's Pizza. He picked 89 laps. He was closest out of all the guesses.
Congratulations, Andy.
So get with Dean Henry at Big D's Pizza. He'll get you hooked up, or get with me and we'll get you hooked up with Dean. And we had a few people guess Kyle Larson. Not as many as actually I thought would pick Kyle Larson as a champion. So we got to spin the Big D's Pizza wheel to determine who will get that Big D's Pizza. So let's bring the wheel of names up here. Bring that there. So that's lovely, Jerry. So there you go. There's your names: Brian Hammer, Gretchen Knapp, Chad Cutzley, John Young, and Brian Nelson. Brian
Nelson.
I know, but it's Brian Nelson Brian on Facebook,
Yeah.
so that's why I stuck with that.
He stutters, right? Actually, he doesn't.
Okay. So here we go. We're spinning the wheel. This is these guys all pick Kyle Larson, and one of them's going to get a Big D's Pizza as well. And oh, come on!
It's rigged.
Somehow, another guy with the last name Hammer.
What a coincidence!
Yeah.
No relation.
Yeah. So there you go. There's this week or last week's winners. This week's how many? This one's going to be more complicated. How many total guesses will we have for this week's how many? Yeah. It's like a paradox. And I'm going to leave this open for you to guess until Wednesday at midnight. So you may not want to guess right away, or maybe you do. And we will, you can guess and you can change your guess. You can go and edit the comment. But if you edit it after midnight, you will get black flagged.
Nice number, Dean.
So, yeah, Dean likes, wow, you guys are very optimistic. So, there you go.
I was going to say 12, but okay.
Yeah. So, well, I got to choose first. So maybe I'll choose. I'm going to go with.
Well, I don't have a clue. So
we got 1, 2, 3 already. I'm going to go with unlucky 13.
Jerry?
You're going with 12? Are you sticking with 12, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jerry.
What'd you
Jerry's
say again?
I said 13. He's got 12.
Oh, well, 14.
That's a no-brainer.
Wow. Put Ron in the box there.
Put Jerry in the box.
Wait, no, I'm in the
Scott,
box.
Yeah.
You're in the
Wait,
box.
I'm the one in the box.
You.
Well, that sucked. So if you want a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, go ahead and put your guess in the comments. Again, you have until midnight on Wednesday. What's today's the 11th? I don't know what next Wednesday is. It'd be 7 plus
The 18th.
17th? 17th. Wednesday.
Yeah, 17th would be Wednesday. You're right.
November 17th. So if you're listening to us on iHeartRadio or Spotify or Stitcher or whatever podcasting platform, you're not listening to us live, you can still get in on this. Just find our Facebook Live or YouTube video from the show on Thursday night, and you can put your guess in the comments. And
Now,
again,
Scott,
if you've already guessed,
what would prevent somebody from picking a high number and then getting all their friends?
They could do that
and stack the deck.
This is it's paradoxical. I don't know what's going to
Everybody
happen.
go to the Hammer Down Race Report and vote. At least 7 more of you. 8 more.
And while you're there, make sure you go to Toledo City Paper and vote for us. Best of Toledo. And you don't have to live in Toledo. You can live
anywhere.
Australia.
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends, a lot of listeners in Australia. They just listen to us on Friday morning.
Vote often.
They listen to us upside down. And the water flows the other way in the toilet.
Only half of that is true.
Is it? Is it really?
Yes.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza racing menu. We're done for the year. No more races until New Year's Day. at least around here.
Don't forget,
we know
Montpelier Points Awards this Saturday in Montpelier, Indiana at the Montpelier Community Center. If you don't come for the banquet and the food, come after 7:30. It's only going to be $5 at the door after that. We're going to be playing cards, joking around. We're going to spend some time with drivers and just have a good time after that. If you want to be in on the dinner, come by. We open the doors at 5:30. I believe Larry's got it set at $25 a head. Get you a buffet dinner while they last and hang out with us again and celebrate the champs at the Montpelier Motor Speedway.
And if you want,
good luck to Oakshade regular Rusty Schlenk, who's out in Las Vegas this weekend.
Is it this weekend, or I thought it was last weekend?
I think it's this weekend.
Okay. But he left last weekend.
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's what I saw then. Hammer Down hotline. We don't have any calls this week if you want to call. I learned you can actually text that as well.
Really?
I'm not sure what happens if you do, but I saw a blank for texting. So if you want to text us or leave us a message that we'll play back on the show the following week, it has to be somewhat racing related. 419-318-3081. That's 419-318-3081. Like I said, you can text it if you want. Anytime. You're not going to wake anybody up. Call it, whatever. So there you go. No calls or texts this week, though. Next week on the show, we're going to feature the Oakshade Raceway champions. We'll have Devin Shields back because he was the Attica champion. I'm not sure if he knows that yet, but he's going to be back. Rusty Smith, Gabe Mueller, and Eric Carr will be joining us. So not quite as crowded as was for our Flat Rock guys tonight, but still.
We'll see if we can get at least Rusty Smith in the studio.
Ooh, you think we can do that?
I think we can. We've got room.
We do. We got two mics right over there. Distance? Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah, they're over on the other side of the table.
I got a really long arm. I can put it. It's crazy.
Hey, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me. I don't.
Wait,
I don't
try
understand.
Again. Oh wait, no. There, see. I think it's time to go.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, field correspondents, Matt Swanner, John Young, and Doug Dock. Also, make sure to support all of our sponsors. Yeah, we'll mention that again.
And thank you, Jerry. Yeah. You missed our intro.
I did. I just wanted to say Happy Veterans Day to everybody as well. So.
And thank you, Jerry.
Yes, thank you. I mean, yeah. I'm sure we.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks to all the veterans out there. Thanks to Oakshade Raceway, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dittman Motorsports. We didn't do your commercial. You got anything going on for Ron Miller Race Cars? You got any Dirt X tires you're going to be selling?
No. We talked about Dirt X tires. That's good enough.
I looked them up. Sprint car front tire, which is equivalent to a modified tire, goes for $295 Australian. It equals out to right now $215.01 US dollars.
Well, that's just 1 cent too much for me.
Yeah, that's pretty pricey.
Those Australians pay a lot of money over there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit up our website, hammerdownracingreport.com. And, we'll see you next Thursday with our Oakshade Raceway champions. We're out.
See y'all next
week.
Good
night, everybody.
See ya.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.